What was that? Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's so nice. It's like a, yeah. Hey, how's it going, and welcome to Whisky Wins with me, Stuart. Today we've got Daftmill, and this is the Louvians Festival bottle for the Fife Whisky Festival. It's bottled at a 58.6% ABV, quite a high percentage. It's distilled in 2009, bottled in 2022. So if I can do quick maths, that's around 12-year-old. Yeah, I think that's right, 2019. Yeah, about 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old. It's bottle number 130 out of 211. So there's only 211 bottles. It's a single cask, cask 31. This cost me 145, I believe. So if you got the bottle defaced, it was 145, and if you wanted the bottle pristine, most likely for flippers or people who want to collect, £170. So £145 is what I'm going to base my review on. This single cask was Tasted Love, chosen by Louvians Bottle Shop to celebrate the return of the Fife Whisky Festival. The first fill, ex-bourbon barrel, was filled on the 8th of July 2019, it says in the back. There is a mistake, it means 2009 because this wouldn't be whiskey. And distilled, bottled on 12th of January 2022, so I'm not sure if you can see the back of the label there, but yeah, they've got a mistake there anyway. So I just realised I've not poured it yet, but we'll pour it in, and I know for a fact that this needs a lot of water, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to taste it initially without the water. I'm not going to give too much tasting notes or palate scent, whatever, because I know that this needs water, and it's definitely it's a struggle without the water. Not that it's bad, it's just a lot. The pure boldness and powerfulness of whether it's the alcohol or it's just overpowering in the nose. It's way too spicy, way too hot in the nose. So I'm not even going to try and go into scents, but we'll see what the palate's like. Yeah, not as bad as the nose without the water. It's hot for sure. It's a little spicy, but not too. It's weirdly hot. I don't know how to describe this, and I mean warmth. This doesn't sit anywhere. This should be temperature the same as all my other whiskies, but this feels like a warmer whiskey. It's almost like, what could you say? It's not even like soup. It's not like boiling, but it's like, yeah, hot water. It's like you're drinking something hot. It's weird, the sensation it gives you just straight away. Just in the mouth, it just feels so hot. But that's all I'll say without the water. A lot of wood there without the water, but that's all I'll say without the water. I'm going to add water to this, and you might be quite alarmed at how much water I'm adding to this. But I've experimented with this. I didn't have it at the festival, so I got the ticket, won the ticket, and bought the bottle, and I opened it at the festival, but didn't try it at the festival and didn't try the samples that Francis and his wife had. So I wasn't sure what to expect. I had the first dram of this. Like I said, I thought it was way too hot, way too much, way too powerful. Then I had a second dram, a third dram, and I chipped away at it with water. And I found out that this is a completely different whiskey with water. So we'll go for the nose. Yeah, God. Oh, so it's still woody. It's still okay. But my God, it opens up. I want to say sunflowers. Or sunflower seeds. I want to say everything summery. It's just, I want to say flowers growing in the garden, like maybe something like I'm trying to think what we've got in the garden. There is something similar. I'm terrible with flowers and flower names. I don't know if it's rhododendrons, but something like that. Very flowery. It's just it's summer in a glass. It's warm weather. It's taps off taps off weather, which is Scottish. Everybody takes their tops off when as soon as there's a little bit of sun. So yeah, it's taps off. It's summer in a glass, and that's all I can picture. I'm struggling to give you specific scents because it's just summer. It just reminds me of hot days in the garden. I've got hay fever, so even like bad kind of things like that happening, but it's still good because it's summer. You're out there, you're a little bit sweaty, it's warm. People are cutting grass. There's grass chippings in the air. The smell. There's those little is it daffodils or whatever that blow and float about. These little fairies. Yeah, it's just great. It's this dried grass. It's cut grass. It's not wet grass at all. It's warm and it's lovely. I really do like this nose. And I'm sticking my nose right in now that the water's added. And trust me, this is not me making up for the Facebook bottling review I done. This is a fantastic nose, and I wouldn't lie. I've got no reason to lie. It's a little. There's like a little. I want to say caulk. I don't know why. Like a not so synthetic, but like caulk or like painter's mate. That kind of stuff, the stuff that you use to kind of paint over. It's not like silicone, it's not that synthetic smell, but yeah, like caulk, not necessarily painty either. It's more like a kind of chalky smell, like a chalky smell. Yeah, such a good nose. Chalkboard, anything like that. We'll go into the palate. I'm not sure if I can get anything else, if I've actually said much other than just painting a picture about summer or trying to paint a picture about summer, just a little breeze coming in, oh, magical. So yeah, the palate. Yeah, that's cooler now. Now that the water's added. Yeah, Ovaltine, or is it Ovaltine or Ovaltine? The kind of the malty hot drink that you get, even though it's cooled with the water. That I feel like the hot element's still there. But yeah, Ovaltine or whatever it is, that the malty hot drink that you use, Horlicks is it I think that do it. Yeah, that in the palate, definitely a malty dram. Also to go with the palate, that these strawberry and cream swirled sweets that I've had before, they boiled sweets, the strawberry and cream, I can't remember what they're actually called, if they're called strawberry swirls or something, but they're like hard candy, hard boiled sweets, hard boiled confectionery. It's lovely. There's definitely like summer fruits. I even want to go as far as saying maybe a little bit of rhubarb. Not too prominent, but maybe just there to go along with the strawberry. There's once again this defining flavour that I always seem to get, and I can't see past it with Daftmill, is Parma Violet. So yeah, Parma Violet element. There's whipped cream or maybe even like squishy cream on the palate there. I'm trying to decide if it's like squishy or whipped cream. They're kind of similar, but yeah, it's creamy in the palate. It's oily as get out. I don't know how to describe the mouthfeel. It's just I kind of want to 2 secs. I'm just wanting to this is in fact I can't drink out of it. What if I give samples to people? I mean, it is 58.6%. No, I can't drink out of it. I should have got another glass. I just wanted to double check the oiliness without water. But yeah, it's so coating in the mouth. It's lovely. It's honestly, I've got a smile on my face. My cheeks are almost sore from smiling. We'll see what else we can get from this. Yeah, so something like a kind of, it is kind of peanutty. It's kind of nutty, but like if you've ever had 100% natural peanut butter, it settles, and at the top you get an oil of kind of peanut oil. If you just imagine that, or even like, I think we've used like sesame oil before for cooking, to make like teriyaki chicken, to make it sticky, to make it kind of that sesame flavour. So even like that, like a kind of sesame oil or a peanut oil, just oily, viscous, and a little nutty, but not overbearing at all. It's just it's a well selected. I don't know who selected it for Luvians, but I am in love with this dram. It does say the single cask was tasted, loved, and chosen by Luvians. I am definitely 100% on board with this whiskey. Without the water, it's not horrible, it's just too much. But with the water, balancing it out, make sure you get the right amount of water for yourself as well. This is a whiskey and I hate making people feel like this, but I would be gutted if I missed out on this, because this is something. I want to get drams out of this. I've sent a few samples, but yeah, I need to get samples out of this to people, because it's with the water, it's fantastic. And I know some people who've tried it at the festival and they're like, oh, I wasn't sure on it, but they haven't explored it enough with the water. They haven't explored it enough to give it time to allow it to take the water on. It's incredible, and I'm really starstruck by it. I've not had this with a lot of whiskies that have kind of thrown me like this. There's maybe been one or two that I can think of, but this is definitely one. And honestly, Francis, yes, and the guys at Luvians, it's brilliant. So what else can we get? I'm just over the moon. What an absolute numpty. I'm going to pour a little bit more, I don't care. So yeah, the Parma Violet, still there. A little fizziness, kind of sherbet maybe, something like that. Either sherbet or, I don't know, something kind of fizzy. Those refresher sweets that you used to get. I don't know if you still get them. They're like little pills, little tablets, kind of almost the fruit pastel shape, so kind of spherical or cylindrical, like a cylindrical shape cutting. You probably know what I'm talking about. But those, a little fizzy, like refreshers, so a little citrus there as well. Yeah, brilliant. The finish, I'm just going to have this without some water for a moment. So hot. So hot. But really woody, really woody. But anyway, the finish is long, especially without the water. The finish is going to be on you for days. With the water, it's still long. It's still nice. That kind of, like I said, that refresher sweets, the fizzy sweets, almost kind of sherbet. It's on the palate, but it's encroaching on the finish, so I'm going to continue and say that is on the finish as well. There's something a little herbal on the finish, maybe to link to like the flowers from the nose, kind of summer flowers, maybe some sort of summer herbs. And on the finish, something like maybe vegetable oil or sunflower oil. I know I said sesame oil earlier, but something like that, but with bread, yeah, like quite kind of wheaty or barley or yeah, bready, just doughy, but really oily bread, really like dipped in it. Once again, if you're on holiday, your summer or whatever, you're somewhere that do oil and bread, and you've just dipped this bread into this oil. I'm getting a really good I'm having a really good time with this whiskey. Maybe you should leave me and it in peace. But no, we'll get down to the rating. I think you know what it's going to be. So, do I think it's worth it? At £140, it's a lot of money. It's Daftmill. It's so, we say it every time when I come to review Daftmill. It's sought after. There's 211 bottles of this, single cask, £140. It's on the younger side of things, 12, 13-year-old-ish. But the experience that I'm getting out of it and the fun that I'm having with it for some reason, I think it's worth it. To me, this is worth it. It just depends what your limit is. I'm lucky that I can afford this and it's not too much. But I know that this is a lot of money and it might not be affordable to other people. But if you can get a sample of it or try it in a pub, definitely. It's great stuff. So I think it's worth it. It's worth it to me. And that's what's hard about the whole rating in whiskey. It's always opinions, it's always subjective, and it's always dependent on the person's situation. But anyway, worth it to me. I would recommend this. Go to a pub, try it. If someone's got a bottle of this and you know it's open, but not me, don't ask me. No, ask someone for a sample of this. I'm sure people will be happy to give this out because it's so good, and I want to get this out to more people. I will be keeping a considerable amount of this for myself because I'm enjoying it, and I only got one bottle, so I will be greedy with this bottle because I'm enjoying it that much, but I do want to get out to people as well. So yeah, I can't believe I got a bottle and I am happy, but I'm going to be gutted when it's gone. So without going on too long, thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Wins. I'll see you later.